Hello everyone. Today I would like to tell you about the short talk on topic. First, the speaker introduced Mr. Lee Kim, author of Amazon Adventure. Then he said that Mr. Kim, a retired lawyer, amateur photographer, and then a writer, spent the year before traveling by canoe down the Amazon River. He would discuss his travels in Amazon region on which he based his book, and show some of photographs he took during his trip. Finally, the speaker suggested how on to their seats because Mr. Lee Kim was sure to have some amazing stories. First, the speaker was thankful the listeners for taking the time to attend that meeting. She said that she would like to keep it brief, so let's get straight to the point. Then she complained that staff members had been making unauthorized changes to the office expense account for things like lunches and taxi rides that were not related to their jobs. Finally, because of that, in the future, on the charges to the office expense account must be approved by her ahead of time. First, the speaker announced that all schools would be closed that day because of the night before snowstorm. Then she said that the streets were still icy and dangerous for cars and buses. It was possible that school would be closed for several days because it could take some time to get all the streets clean and safe for travel. Finally, the speaker suggested listen to the evening news to find out the following day's school schedules. First, the speaker wanted to know if the listeners get their sports news from television, if they were getting tired of on the commercial interruptions on TV. Then he said that they didn't have to be annoyed by commercials anymore because their magazine gave them all the latest sports news commercial free. After that, he suggested read it to find out what was happening in the world of football, baseball, and basketball. Learned all about their favorite athletes. Finally, I suggested subscribe that day because the magazine gave them all that and more. First, the speaker said to the listener that Let Services Inc. planned their next conference. Then he said that they took care of it all, reserving rooms, printing schedules, ordering food, arranging entertainment. The experienced planners took the headache out of conferences. After that, he guaranteed the next conference would be a success. Finally, I suggested contact day for their initial free consultation. First, the speaker said to the listener that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. Then he complained that some people skip breakfast. That was part of weight reducing plan, but that was not a good idea. Studies show that people who didn't eat a complete meal, including fruit, every morning actually end up gaining weight. They also often felt tired later in that day and compensate for that by eating unhealthy food. Finally, he reminded healthy people never skip breakfast. First, the speaker announced that they had a new schedule there at Radio 2000. Then she said that They began that afternoon with 3 solid hours of classic rock music. That was 3 solid hours with no commercial interruptions. That would be followed by an exciting interview show in which they had talked with all their favorite rock musicians, both past and current. Finally, she reminded they would have the weather report at 5 before they moved on to the new evening news analysis program.